What's up, you guys? It is Kotetsu here, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. If you guys didn't know, I am a part of a podcast crew called the One Up Crew. You guys can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, anywhere where you can stream podcasts, we'll probably be on it. But today we are going to be discussing the Treehouse Live event that happened a couple days ago. And it was a pretty lengthy discussion, so I broke it up into two parts. So this video is going to be about Pikmin 3, as you guys can see, and the next video is going to be about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Here, like, we're going to be talking about, just pretty much just talking about what we saw at the Treehouse Live, and what we can expect from the game, and for me personally, my own impressions of it, because I've never played Pikmin before. And as I was talking, as we were recording, and as I was doing my part in the discussion, I was actually playing through the demo. So you guys are going to be seeing some gameplay footage of me playing through the demo and with discussion on it, and you guys will get my initial impressions. I had a good time with it. You guys will hear more about what I feel about Pikmin 3 in this video. And then, of course, the next video, if it uploads today or tomorrow, we're going to be talking about Age of Calamity on that video. But that's it for me. You guys will hear enough of me on this video once we get started, once I get done talking, because I can never stop talking. Don't forget, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on twitch.tv/KotetsuTokai. And also make sure you guys check us out on any podcasting streaming platform there is. The One Up Crew, that's our name. But anyway, that's it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys on the next one. You guys take care.
Welcome to the One Up Crew, the podcast that gives gaming an extra life. I'm your host Cliff, and today, me, Adam, and Kotetsu will be having a one-up discussion about the recent Nintendo Treehouse featuring Pikmin 3 and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. So let's discuss. So guys, today we had an amazing Nintendo Treehouse that was kind of unexpected in a way. That showcased Pikmin 3 Deluxe and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. So let's talk about Pikmin 3 first. That looks really interesting. I actually can't wait to play it because I played a little bit of Pikmin 3 on the Wii U, and I just want to explore it again. I'm not like a big Pikmin fan, but I do appreciate the series, and I like the older games on the GameCube, and then when they remade it for the Wii. So I really do like it. Some of the cool things that they announced during the Treehouse, there's like a camera mode where you get like a first-person view where it just shows the world through the character's eyes, and it's kind of cool. It has like a nice little personal touch to it, where you could like as you're playing the game, you could just take a picture of what's going on in the world, and maybe like post it to Twitter, stuff like that. You could use gyro for the Joy-Con. So like in the Wii version of Pikmin 1 and 2, they changed it to use the Wii Remote to point and stuff. So in Pikmin 3 Deluxe, because there's no Wii Remote, they added a gyro mode so you could use the Joy-Cons, just like you can do in Super Mario Galaxy on the All-Stars collection. There's a new charge attack where you can basically like gather your group of Pikmin, and they'll just charge at an enemy or object or obstacle, and it's kind of cool, like having a whole new extra feature in the game. You can now lock on with ZR, like, so if there's like an item that if you're stuck in a situation and you kind of want to know like what to do, the game will automatically like lock on to certain objects, so it can kind of like give you a clue on what to do. And then add on to that, there's also a hints feature where you can actually, if you're stuck, you can go in the menu and activate it, and it will like give you an arrow on the ground to point you in the direction that you have to go in story-wise. And then last, there's a new side stories mode where basically you're able to experience like everything that's going on story-wise. Like in Pikmin 3, there's like 3 new captains. And in the first 2 games, you have Captain Olimar and Captain Louis. You kind of see them in the game, like at a later point, but in the side stories mode, you're able to experience like what went on like in between Pikmin 2 and 3, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of nice to have like I like, and you see it a lot with games such as Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, and then the upcoming Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's uh Fury. I like how they're taking Wii and Wii U games, and even though they're like they might be like a slight alteration, I do like that they are adding like extra features and extra modes to make it kind of feel like a brand new game. But that's pretty much my thoughts. I want to hear your guys.
Um, oh, go ahead, Adam.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, like I've never been too big into the Pikmin series, but I do have an appreciation for it, much like you do, Cliff. Like I played the first game a little bit, and I was like, I like this. Kind of hard though. I jumped straight into 3 once it came out on Wii U, and I played a little bit of it again, and I was like, I like this. Maybe I'll play it later. I never played it later. But, like, I think the game coming to Switch is a good thing for everybody. Like, new players and, like, returning players like me. I think it'd be fun just to, like, play it portably or just, jump back into the series. And with the new content, it's personally a great idea. Like, definitely. And the Olimar stuff, like the Olimar and Louis stuff, I think that's gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited for that. I always like those characters.
Yeah, like I think I like the Pikmin series because it's like a nice, relaxing game where you can kind of like play it whenever you want. And when I first played Pikmin, I like that there's a sense of strategy. Like you have like a sense of urginess where like in the beginning it's kind of easy because you only have one group of Pikmin to worry about. But as you play, you have all these different types of Pikmin, and each Pikmin has special abilities for certain objects or enemies. So once you're like start getting like more and more into the game, your mind kind of goes like, oh my god, like there's so much to do, and not much time to get everything done. But I like that you're able to strategize and think about a way to move your Pikmin onto the next goal.
Yeah, definitely. Like Pikmin's always been a bit of a slower paced game, and that's probably why I had a bit of trouble getting into it as a kid. But like, I feel like just maybe sitting down with it, playing it in like handheld mode, it might just feel really, really good just to kind of chill to. Like at the end of the day, just kind of play some Pikmin, that sort of thing.
Yep. What are your thoughts, Kotetsu?
For me, like right now, I'm like literally playing right now as we're talking, and everything you were talking about, I think when you're talking about the hints kind of aspect to the game, and that prompt popped up for me, and I was like, okay, that's cool. You kind of get a nice little, navigation if you kind of get lost or say you were away from the game a little bit, and you just kind of need that little, that hint to let you know where you need to go. That feature is on there. I don't know if it was on there before because I've never played Pikmin, and I guess relating to Adam when he said that when you're a kid, when you're a kid playing video games, you want action, action, action all the time. And so when you see Pikmin, you're like, no, this is not what I want to play, because it's not like all the other games I've played. But as you get older and you kind of start appreciating games that kind of have like a slower pace kind of feel to it, then you start wanting to, then you're more curious about stuff like that. So I've always been curious about this series. I've never like had the gumption to go and pick up a game and play, but it's nice to see that Pikmin 3 is coming to the current gen console, and to see that to have a demo for it right now is actually really nice because it actually gives me a chance to try it for myself instead of just kind of assuming that, okay, this game is not going to be the game I want to play. But so far, it's nice. It's a nice slow paced kind of game, and I like it. Like the first part, you get to play as Captain Charles, and you're introduced to the yellow Pikmin that attack all the enemies or whatever in the area. Like I ran into some mushrooms and I threw my yellow Pikmin at them, and they kind of slowly just melted away their health, and then I ended up fighting some other adversaries where I was just literally just tossing my Pikmin at them, and then I can call them back, you know, if I want to. And right now I'm playing as Alf, I think that's his name. And
Yeah.
I'm literally, you know, grabbing more Pikmin. But before that, I had to build a bridge to get across to the other side. And it's actually nice. Like I said, I'm a lot older now, and I appreciate games that kind of have like a slower, relaxing pace. Because I like playing games, listening to music. If I'm like playing like a racing game, listen to music. If I'm playing something where I'm not having to pay attention to, like Pikmin. Not saying it's a game that you shouldn't pay attention to, but just one of those games where you can just kind of like just relax and, you know, just play. I think Pikmin is probably one of those games, and you know, who knows, if you know, I this might be the game I pick up just to kind of, you know, play and relax. So, you know, who knows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I totally forgot to mention that. Yes, for those who are listening, there's a demo on the eShop right now that you can download. If you want to try it out for yourself, you know, maybe you haven't played Pikmin, you want to give it a shot. I would definitely recommend download the demo. Second, to reply to what you said earlier, Katetsu, yes, the hint system that's brand new to Deluxe. Um, and I was gonna mention that, yeah, like in a way, Pikmin is, even though like it's kind of like a brain teaser in a way,
Hmm.
because you know you have to use your brain a lot in order to solve different puzzles and proceed as you move along. So it's definitely like, you know, a more slower paced game, and well, I like it for that because, you know, sometimes after you're playing, you know, a lot of intense games, so having a game like this might be a nice, you know, in between, like a breather between games, you know.
Yeah, like I said, like it's a nice game to just play and like just relax and listen to me. Like I don't mind solving puzzles and listening to music. That's like not, you know, I can do that. But if it's like something where it's like heavily story driven, and it's like, okay, I have to kind of pay attention to what's going on so that I can kind of, you know, be more interactive with the story. But I mean, I'm not saying Pikmin doesn't have a story like that, because it probably does. But just to kind of sit back and play a nice, relaxing game like Pikmin, it's always nice.
Yeah, I really hope that Pikmin 3 Deluxe does well because for a long time, like since 2015, if I'm correct, there's been a infamous quote from Miyamoto about the state of Pikmin 4. So,
Yeah.
and I don't know where I'm going with this. So, I maybe it just does well. Maybe I mean we really don't know what Pikmin. I mean, people have speculated that maybe it was Hey Pikmin that he was talking about, but I doubt it. It had to be like an
Yeah.
actual Pikmin game. But yeah, I can't wait for it. I was gonna ask you, how are you playing? Are you playing in handheld or on TV?
I'm actually playing on my with my Switch being docked.
Okay,
So I'm
and
playing
you're
on my
using
TV right
the
now.
the gyro controls or
No,
the
I'm
regular?
using my Pro controller.
Okay,
Using a Pro
okay.
controller.
Do you know if the Pro controller has any like option for uh like using the gyroscope?
I haven't run into anything like that yet. Because this is still like the introductory, you know, part where I'm learning how to lock onto enemies, learning how to solve puzzles, learning that each obstacle needs a certain amount of Pikmin.
Yeah.
So I haven't run into the aspect of using the gyro, you know, controls yet, or if they're even set on a Pro controller, you know. So
Mhm. Yeah, that's
Okay.
it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, they also showed off which was also in the Wii U mode, the bingo mode, which I kind of wish it had online because like it's just kind of fun, like having like a little like a mini game mode where you could just,
Yeah.
you know, like you could just forget about the main story and just like, you know, have some competitiveness, and then also you can also do co-op with this. So at any time in the game, if you need some help, you know, or someone comes over, you could just press the pause button and bring up co-op, which might be really good because you might bump into certain situations where it might be more effective to have someone else help you out with certain, you know, tasks, you know,
Mhm.
and it might be a good way of, you know, bonding, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Like I always heard that the multiplayer in 3 was like super cool. I've always wanted to check it out, but I never did. Um, the Switch version will definitely be probably the way to go
Oh
in
yeah,
that
for
regard.
sure.
Alright guys, that is it for this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure you guys leave a like, share, and subscribe. And remember, tomorrow is when I'm going to upload the next part where we talk about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. That was a little bit longer, and it was actually pretty cool. I was watching some of the gameplay footage while we were talking so I can kind of familiarize myself with the game. That one I can't wait for. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Also, don't forget to follow us on the One Up Crew podcast on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts on. And also follow me on twitch.tv/Kotetsu Tokai, where we'll be streaming on there. I'll be streaming on YouTube as well too. So I'm gonna start transitioning over, jumping from here to Twitch once in a while. But anyway, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys on the next one. And stay tuned for more episodes from the One Up Crew. You guys take care.